Imagine that a fierce wind bursts into an ancient library, stirring everything in its path. Such was the presence of Baruch Spinoza in the world of biblical criticism. This 17th-century philosopher, as enigmatic as he was revolutionary, dared to challenge the established conventions on the interpretation of the Pentateuch. For Spinoza, the study of the sacred text wasn't a mere reproduction of traditional explanations, but an intellectually rigorous pursuit that demanded questioning every line, every verse. His approach prompted generations to see the text not as a closed and unmovable work, but as a structure with foundations ready to be re-examined. Spinoza questioned the authorship and purpose of the Pentateuch, proposing that it was not a single divine author who wrote these fundamental texts. Instead of blindly accepting accounts attributed to Moses, Spinoza suggested that these writings were a product of various human sources compiled over different eras. This hypothesis, at that time, was so radical that it shook the foundations of theology and sparked furious reactions. However, in the face of controversy, Spinoza maintained his stance, trusting that blind faith was not enough, but that reason and critical analysis were necessary. Spinoza's criticism did not end there. His analysis reached the meaning and interpretation of the texts. Unlike his contemporaries, Spinoza argued that reading the Pentateuch required understanding the historical, political, and cultural context in which it was created. This meant that modern readers had to shed dogmatic impositions. With remarkable boldness, Spinoza declared that only by understanding the historical layers accumulated on the sacred text could its original meaning be reached, clearing away the mists of tradition that surrounded it. His thought was like a beacon for those seeking clarity in biblical interpretation. However, Spinoza's shadow also provoked divisive debates among theologians, philosophers, and laypeople. While some considered him a desecrator of the sacred, others saw in him the precursor of a new era of reflection and freedom of thought. His legacy, far from fading, extended to future research that would continue to challenge the way sacred texts are read and understood, demonstrating that every word in them was subject to reinterpretation. Spinoza laid the groundwork for a more modern biblical criticism, leading those who followed him not to fear questioning the unmovable and to explore beyond the limits imposed by the dogmas of their time.